Hi folks, this is going to be hopefully an acrylic painting on hardboard, 3mm hardboard, I think it's 3mm. It's primed both sides with PVA glue, a bit of chalk mixed in with the PVA glue here, based on painting I did in, months ago, a knife painting, sort of Norfolk, with this Norfolk type house there. Highlighted by trees, counterchanged against a white, dirty white wall, flank wall. Some scrubby trees going on here and a bit of blue background, and hopefully just a rough green meadow, green and ochre meadow. Palette, there we are. I'm going to try and do it like this so that you can see some of the mixing. I've got yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, medium, cadmium red, ultramarine and Payne's grey. So 4 colours plus Payne's grey and white, of course. The yellow ochre, cad yellow and white are, and Payne's grey are Galleria. Oh no, it's not, I don't know that. The Payne's grey is from Dale Rowney, graduate, so it's a student quality. I've got some of those colours at a really huge supermarket, like Wilco's but much bigger, called Range, not far from here. And they've got a very good art department. Very impressed. I've been buying quite a bit of stuff from there. Right, so a bit of PVA glue. My cat was after my water last night and he knocked my little dish with my PVA glue in it over on the floor, face down, so I'm going to have to cover it all up. He's a water thief. He'll even put his head in your mug of tea. He's got plenty of water to drink from. He goes and drinks the rubbish stuff. Right, what I'm going to do is paint the trees in first, and I want a brush to do that. That's quite a nice brush. Okay, here we go. Payne's grey, yellow, bit of red, and paint carefully round the house. This is only a rough lay-in to start with. I'll do this chimney stack and then that roof. I'll put a bit of a dormer there. More glue. And I can paint the sky down to that, lost and found. Nice warm sort of colours. And we can doctor it all up as we go. Right, let's clean the brush. Finish my tea. I'm using Payne's grey instead of black. And we can get a nice dark, so that we can counter change the lights against the darks. Got to get that to. Okay, so that's a white house. Bit of dark around here. I like to put a bit of red in with my greens because it just warms them up a bit. Right, let's get a bit of blue in now for the background. So a bit of blue, bit of grey, bit of white. Don't want that too dark. Oh, a bit more grey in there, I think. Right, well, that's sort of going off a bit. We'll put in a bit of rough ground. I'll use an inch. Oh, I had all my brushes on the floor as well. Well, some of them. Right, I want to do the. I'll tell you what I'm going to use a bit of Viridian because that goes very well with yellow ochre. Gives a more realistic green. Just a stain at this stage. And it mixes, the Viridian mixes very well with the cad yellow as well. I'll mix a bit of red in with it as well. We get a different feel about it. Great thing about acrylic, or one of them, is that it dries very quickly. And when it's dry, you can go over it with oil. And even if you put a small amount of oil paint on, you can still call it an oil painting. Beware that when you let's keep the brushes clean. When you mix something like gouache or add gouache to a watercolour, it ceases to be a watercolour. It becomes mixed media. You can't really call it a watercolour. I'm not saying that because out of opinion. That is how it is. Right, let's start putting in a sky. I'll use this lovely Georgian Daler Rowney long flat. That's a lovely, lovely brush. So let's get a bit of my favourite blue and red, a bit of white. Oh, more red. I'm using plenty of medium here. By the time I get to that, it will be dry and I can go over it. Bit of ochre with that. I'm not modelling anything here, I'm just putting paint on. The modelling comes later when we actually cover the whites. And because I'm sort of improvising as well, it can be whatever I want it to be. I was looking at Sean Scully in the documentary, well, I've seen it before, on the BBC iPlayer. And absolutely, I'm so fascinated by that guy. His painting, how he's gone from his closely taped diamond. Oh, you'd have to see it, so I can't explain it. It's just a mosaic, and very, very large when he was young, and how he's progressed into sort of more simple motifs as he's matured. Lovely to look at. Very exciting. Because he's said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Well, you can. You can. It's only paint, and it's a lot easier than doing 18th century Renaissance type paintings of biblical scenes, or the pre-Raphaelites, you know, all the great detail as a reaction to the Impressionists. But I don't know, it makes you stop and think. I much prefer to look at good abstract painting these days in galleries. We've got two or three in large National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery, the Tate Modern, the Tate Gallery, all within striking distance of the centre of London. We can get there to London in half an hour to 40 minutes by train. And being of a certain age, we get free travel. Trains, buses, trams. It's really good, and they're still trying to take it away from us, which will put us back in our cars, won't it? And I won't like that either. So enjoy it while we've got it, folks. Right, carry on now, clean my brush. Now I want quite a misty, light, sort of ochre-y sky here. Let's have my little rant. I'm mixing just a bit of ochre, touch of cad red, to give me a warm light. See, it doesn't matter about going over edges. It's all called lost and found. We lose it, then we find it. And if we lose it entirely, I wonder where we're going to go next. But you just work away, and it seems to resolve itself. Bit of grey cloud over that. That ochre was just a bit too ochre. And when I finish painting for the day, I can just tear off that sheet and put another bit on. It's only a bit of cheap melamine. It's a bit lighter than my actual proper palette, but it does the job. But it's a good idea to prime your boards with PVA or ready mixed primer, and with chalk or as a gesso, because you buy ready-made gessos. I started one for you yesterday, but I couldn't finish this underneath this. My fingers kept cramping. I'm not trying to be too finished. Yeah, let's have a bit of blue up there. Bit of medium. I'm trying to leave some of the underpainting showing through. Just to give a mottled effect to my clouds. It's coming. Takes a bit of time. Just try to get a slightly darker grey or mauve for some of this. Right, get some clouding in there. It's a nice, warmed up with a bit of red and the ochre. Get that bit of that blue back on the left as well, I think. Alright, okay. See, I'm not cleaning the brush as I go. Connect that up a little bit. Seago had a way of showing these low clouds being blown along by the wind. Okay, well that'll do for a moment. I quite like that. I'll start to work on these trees, I think. Going to use a thinner, worn out brush, look at that. Hardly anything left of it. But I want the dark around the white, that's where I want my contrast. So I use a bit of old Payne's grey, a bit of yellow, a bit of red, a bit of blue. There are loads of colour in there. I'll use a little flat brush to do the building. I wouldn't risk it with have a bit of air in there. Bit of yellow. We'll get the balloon on the top of this. But these are the shape of the canopy. I'll show a bit of light coming through. So I'm just trying to open these up a little bit to show a bit of air going through against the dark, air from the clouds behind. It's drying ferociously fast on my palette here. Clean. Ay, 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 ay. Oops. No, I've got a bit of a water dry paint on there. Better. Right, let's get that in there. Bit of red going in there. A bit of blue in that. I'll put some darks along that horizon. Blue. Just mixed 3 primaries for this. Right, I'll go back to that. I want to reduce some of that a bit and change the shapes somewhat. It's just a bit too regular there. Let's just scumbling over some air. Right, let's go back into the foreground now. Let's find my little brush. Okay, so we'll put in, let's have a little bit of touch of grey, a bit of white. I must be silent doing this, as hard as I might find that to do. I've used a bit of yellow ochre in with a bit of Payne's grey there. Alright, that's a little bit of orange. I'm going to put a bit of detail on that roof there. Sorry if my head's in the way. Right, that'll do for a moment. We'll for that now, a bit of a light grey roof, I think. Got to separate the this brush. I've had it years, but it's really worn out now. It's probably been cleaned so many times that the bristles are starting to splay. Let's just get that at least to dry. Could put something in that's a bit glary. Nearly. Right, when that's right, I can just improve that outline, put a bit of a roof line, a slate line on that side there, a bit of a shadow under the overhanging tiles maybe. But that's just a bit too much showing there, but that's still a bit wet. So we'll go back into that foreground now while that's doing. Right, let's have a bit of red, bit of viridian. Not sure where the light's coming from on this. But we'll have the lights coming maybe this way. Just mix a bit of white with that viridian red and ochre. Just try to bring that slight rise into the trees to soften it all. Mixing a bit of red with that ochre and a bit of white. I'm not detailing anything here, I'm just trying to make an interesting foreground because that is where you're looking to start with. All this is secondary. A nice grey-green. No, I want a dark green now. Bit of red. Clean. We'll put some light ochres back in that. I've got a nice frame for this. See that just shows. Going set right now. Back with the dark around there. Better. Okay. Right, what I'll do, because I've got all the way to the picture there, I'm just going to put a bit of a larger tree here, just to block it. Stop your eyes going off the side. I don't think I want to do much more to this. So let's go back into the yellow, red, put a bit of a right, let's get a rigger. That's a bit dark in there, isn't it? So we're going to change that. Put a bit of nice warmer, bit of just catching a bit of that light. Right, that adds a bit more colour. Now the rigger. Hello rigger, where are you? Yeah. A bit of water and a bit of a sort of an ochre grey, I think, or even a greeny colour. The shadow on that side, I think. What I'll do, I'll sign it. I'll put it in a frame. Keep it nice and clean. Excuse me. No. Hazard. Have a look at my desk. There we are. Something to look at while I'm putting this in a frame. I've had this frame years. If you're going to use hardboard or MDF, it's good to prime both sides, especially with hardboard, because it will bend otherwise. The acrylic will put some stress on the back of the board, but if you paint the back as well with your dilute PVA glue, you'll find it staying lovely and flat. And also it seals it, makes it a bit waterproof, watertight. Right, I'm just going to switch my camera now. I'll just come and bring the camera back a bit. So there we are. Bit of a Norfolk view. I quite like it. I think it's quite reasonable for a demonstration. I hope you do. And if you don't subscribe to my channel, it would be nice if you do. I've got over 350 demonstrations on Patreon too, of all types, oil, mostly watercolour, and quite a few acrylics. I love working with acrylics, but oil is the thing, but there are dodgy solvents with oil. I think I'll just put a little bit of light in there, just a little bit to have a bit of bright green. We're catching a bit of sun. Cover some of that up. Okay. Right, see you soon folks, thanks for watching, bye bye.